Hey man, what you doing in there?
I'm playing with this thing.
What you mean you playing with what? Man, don't just bust in like that. I could have been doing something. That's exactly my point. What are you doing?
Testing out the sound effects that I recorded earlier. When I got out the shower, it was water in my belly button, and I tapped it and I made that sound. Thought it'd be good to record, try for a video. What did you think it was?
Absolutely nothing, man. Move.
So I just want to say real quick, y'all, I know this video is lengthy, but you should see some spacers in this video. This first section talks about the music industry in relation to NFTs, followed by that it's sports, and then after that is crypto and web. So if any of those three areas are the only thing that you came here for, feel free to move through to those sections. Otherwise, enjoy the video. Thanks. What's cracking, y'all? So we're going to get right into it in this video. It's going to get a little lengthy in talking about what an NFT is because it applies in so many different areas. Excuse me. That pump always start going every time I get ready to record a video. Anyway. Yeah, so I mean for starters, and yeah, we're gonna come at it three different ways. And I think this should help. One of these should help, spark a light for you. So for starters, if you Google an NFT and you click on the Wikipedia, this is what you're gonna get. I'm gonna talk about what Wikipedia gives you, and then we're gonna get to the nuts. A non-fungible token, or an NFT, is a unit of data stored on a digital ledger called a blockchain that certifies a digital asset to be unique and therefore not interchangeable. NFTs can be used to represent items such as photos, videos, audio, and other types of digital files. Access to any copy of the original file, however, is not restricted to the buyer of the NFT. While copies of these digital items are available for anyone to obtain, NFTs are tracked on blockchains to provide the owner with proof of ownership that is separate from copyright. To show you guys a little bit of how long this has been around, this article is back from June of 2020, so from June of last year. And it talks about how NFTs can impact and are impacting and have impacted the music industry. Man, getting so dry. One thing I want to say, shout out to the family. In discussing NFTs with a family member, I kind of took a second to step back as I was reading through some of the stuff that I wanted to show, and I think I connected this to a coin. Don't know for a fact, gotta go a little bit farther, do a little bit more digging, but yeah, might have just helped me make a connection, so shout out to the fam. Anyway, blockchain to disrupt music industry and make it change tune. Blockchain technology is tipping the scales of the music industry, shifting the power from intermediaries back to artists. Blockchain technology has the power to increase financial inclusion and change the lives of many throughout the world, especially in emerging economies, where it's needed the most. While the potential of blockchain technology has been widely recognized, even among the harshest critics of Bitcoin itself, the possible use cases for blockchain technology are often thought of as limited only to the financial industry. While the distributed ledger system created alongside Bitcoin has a powerful use case in the realm of currency and assets, in which value can now be digitally transferred without any middleman or risk of duplication because ownership is immutable and provable, these same applications can be translated into many other industries beyond finance. In this instance, the music industry, which has often been dominated by gatekeepers, will go under the microscope. While the advent of the internet, followed by streaming platforms such as Napster, SoundCloud, and now Spotify, just bought by Kanye, has changed to a degree, blockchain technology seems to be the next step when it comes to giving power back to creators and their listeners. Blockchain technology, streaming platforms, or royalties. So one of the, if not the most noticeable of the effects, is the ability to remove middlemen from the process of music sales and streaming. While streaming platforms have changed the way music is consumed, making it more widely available to the listener, it has also created a whole new level of intermediation between artists and fans. The music streaming industry has certainly come as a stark improvement, providing a cost-efficient and user-friendly alternative to piracy, allowing artists to receive royalties for their work. However, with this shift in the undeniable discrepancy in terms of the distribution of royalties has come to light. As is the case with many things, the distribution of royalties to artists resembles the Pareto chart, where a very small percentage of artists account for the majority of music streams and thus royalty earnings. This payment discrepancy is due to many factors, including an artist's music genre and country of origin, while localized services such as China's Ali Music can help combat these issues on the geographical level. It's likely that the distribution of royalties will always remain skewed, with a handful of hyper-productive artists dominating the majority of the market. Now, the skewed distribution is unlikely to be fully addressable. Improving conditions for emerging artists can make a huge difference and result in a more diverse market. It also helps shift the control currently held by third-party intermediaries such as labels and platforms, which have considerable influence over what music gets to be heard by the general public. Blockchain-based music streaming platforms are trying to tackle that problem. Opus leverages two different peer-to-peer networks to remove middlemen completely and provide a fully decentralized streaming platform. So, to sum that up, NFTs and blockchain are going to help the music industry remove the middleman. So now you can own your own rights, your own music, and sell it to your fans without having to go through the label and have the label put out, things for you. Now, I'm not deep into, the music industry realm, but for those of y'all that are, you may already know this, and if you don't, it could be useful to you. And then last on the music industry bit, this is from March of this year, but this kind of pulls that NFT definition into it for you. So there's a token called Audius or Audio, right? It went to a new all-time high in March. Audius price hit a new all-time high after the decentralized music streaming platform surpassed 3 million active users, and developers hinted at future NFT integrations. As blockchain technology increasingly becomes part of the mainstream conversation, its integration with today's most used technologies is bound to increase. This means that it's only a matter of time before video streaming, digital music, and social media see a gradual blockchain integration take place. So Audius is one project that's chasing the first mover advantage in the music streaming sector. The music sharing and streaming protocol facilitates transactions between creators and listeners, making it relatively effortless for users to distribute and monetize audio content. The project has received increasing attention for its approach to decentralizing the music industry, and on March 2nd, the team celebrated reaching 3 million monthly active users. Staking incentives is driving user adoption. So there's that term staking again. Some of you may have heard it by now, but staking is essentially just gaining interest on your item. on your currency, on whatever it may be. In terms of crypto, you can hold some of those coins that I talked about in the last video.
Hear that music?
And earn interest. So that's being applied in the music industry. So the first major increase in users followed by the project's 2020 launch and the activation of staking on the Audius platform in December. This enabled audio holders to earn a 7% yield for tokens that were staked on the network while they are listening to music and interacted with the protocol. So for people using this, just for using it and holding the cryptocurrency, they gave you 7% of whatever you had in. So again, links to those are in the description. But yeah, essentially taking the middleman out, allowing you to itemize your music. Also allowing labels to itemize the music, not just you. I keep saying you, but everybody in that space. You can itemize things and deal with it that way. Now we're gonna come at it from the sports angle. So it's a lot of money in this. Patrick Mahomes sells a one-of-one NFT for 247 stacks. And he sold it on this digital art site called Maker's Place. So actually, I thought I had a better... Yeah, Museum of Mahomes. So... the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback reportedly sold $3.4 million worth of NFTs on Wednesday, just days after Rob Gronkowski sold $2 million worth of his own. So these NFL players are selling one-of-ones. So, oh man, it's so much money in this. In the original sale, Rovell reported that Mahomes put 6 different works of art up for sale on the digital art site Maker's Place. 4 of them were open editions ranging from $2,500 to $10,000. Mahomes sold as many that could be purchased in 15 minutes. In that time frame, 451 of them were bought, and he made $2 million. Now, Museum of Mahomes. Now, I did some searching, and I believe these are some of the ones that actually got sold. So this is digital art. And what you can do, this is legit. So what people will do is, if you have a digital picture frame, right? Or I don't know if y'all ever seen those. I had one, but like you said, it can like slide through pictures. Essentially, if you have one of those, now you can have this, in your home for display. It's a digital item. But this one went for $38,000. The Hail Mary one went for $30,000. Goodness, and this one for $246,000. Mahomes Magic. Oh, his sidearm. I'm not even gonna lie. That is kind of stunt. That's kind of icy. I don't know if I paid $246,000 for it, but I mean, if you got it all out, I guess. But yeah, these are some NFTs. Man. This is talking about that same information. Just some other NFTs. So yeah, some of y'all, do you remember the old man, I mean, it's before my time for sure, but baseball cards? To try to tie in what sports is essentially baseball cards all over again. Right? So baseball cards, or any trading card, right? Like Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, whatever card was of your era, right? They made these cards, and for some of those cards, they only made a few of them. And since people wanted them, that created value. right? So once that value is created, right, you set the price, right? Once people want it, then you set that, that's how you set the price. And that's with anything, supply and demand, right? If I make this thing and people want it, depending on how much of it there is, right, I can drive up the price. Man, and y'all, like, baseball cards, like, in 2016, this Honus Wagner sold for $3.1 million. It's a baseball card. So these things, like, it would not surprise, like, people will probably digitize these now. Mickey Mantle, that sounds like a name that I've heard before in baseball. You're gonna have to excuse me, I'm not up on anything on baseball. In fact, when I play fantasy baseball, I got a friend who I used to work with. I have her tell me who to get. But anyway, yeah, these could all become NFTs if someone wanted them to, right? All you gotta do is digitize them, get them certified, and you're good to hook. You can sell them, right? People have to pay for the right to display. Now they can get kind of sticky for content creators, because I mean, this could go down to Saturday Night Live. Actually, yeah, I almost missed that. Saturday Night Live made a skit, a clip, into an NFT, and they sold it for $365,000. They did a skit about NFTs, and the skit got auctioned off for $365,000. So you can YouTube it. I can't play it on here because I'll probably definitely get a copyright or something, but you can YouTube Saturday Night Live NFT. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up for you real quick so you know what it looks like. But basically, there's like a fake Eminem and a fake Lil Dicky, and they do a rap about what is an NFT in a classroom with a fake Janet Yellen. Yeah, this one. It's only 3 minutes. Maybe if I talk over it.
Secretary Yellen, it was an honor to have you with us today.
Well, it was my pleasure, Professor. It's always nice to speak to aspiring economists.
Do we have time for one more question?
Hey, I don't have anywhere to be.
All right.
So the fake Yellen. But anyway,
Come on, guy.
I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna click through it a little bit. I know for a fact they'll try to smack your boy. Look, there's a Peter Griffin NFT. Let's see if I can. Is there anything else I can make? Oh, so there's a fake janitor, and then he turns into a fake Lil Dicky, and he does a rap. And she talks about having the tickets to the fight. Most people know that those are all going digital. It's been that way for basketball games for a while now, at least for me. Now, to put a bow on it, I'm going to tell you how I got introduced to NFTs. And that was through, I was actually listening to Digital Asset Investor, who was an XRP guy on YouTube, and he was talking about unstoppable domains. And essentially, they're crypto domains that you can, digital items, crypto domains that you can buy, sell, and own and use. And essentially, it's the .com boom, all over again. Now, I was not old enough to have experienced the .com boom, but my experience or my understanding of it, short and sweet, is a lot of people bought a lot of websites that they expected people to want, in need, and by that I mean web addresses, domains. And what would happen is once people needed those websites, they had to go to the owners in order to buy them. So like now you could probably get away with doing that to small time businesses or something like that, but most big businesses have been protected against that stuff for a while now. But say like if I knew somebody was coming up with Target, right? Just to use an example that'll never work for you. If I knew that Target was, about to be a business, I could go purchase a domain, target.com, and now I own it. And then when Target finally comes along with the money for a website, they find out that the domain is taken already and that they got to come buy it from me. Right? So just to give a plain example. But yeah, I own a couple unstoppable domains. Just to give you an idea, so they got this premium domain sale going on. And this is how much some of these .crypto domains are going for. Cannabis.crypto is selling for $100,000. I actually looked at this a few earlier today, and this showed pending. So maybe something went bad on that deal. They decided not to buy. Shop.crypto pending for $100,000. Doctor.crypto is on sale. Movies.crypto is on sale. Club.crypto sold for $25,000. So you can get into this. You can buy cryptos, and you don't have to have that much money to get started with it. What you do is, let's just say, what's one we can come up with, y'all? Let's say run.crypto. This is probably already taken. Yeah, it's oh wow, it's a premium sale for $25,000. Run.crypto is premium. Let's try to come up with something else. Trombone.crypto. This is unavailable. So if you find one that's unavailable, you can add yourself to a watch list for it. And then it'll tell you like how many other people are watching for it. You gotta sign in to do that. But typically, this is what I'm trying to get to. Typically, you can get one for $40, right? And then try to resell it. At least that's what I did, because I definitely couldn't afford that living giant, and I don't have a use for any of those either. Puppies.crypto. That one's unavailable. But Houston puppies are, but like you get it, right? So whatever space you're in or are into, you can oh, that one's taken. Musicstream.crypto. It's not listed for sale either. But yeah, so essentially, if you you could send crypto to this domain, and that's how if you got one of these domains, that's how you would, and you want to resell it, that's how it would happen. You would get paid in crypto. At least that's how most people do it. I suppose you could get to know each other personally and do a phone and a check, but that's kind of not what the space exists for. Yeah, so just wanted to give a little example of that. And then again, I'm sorry, I know this video got long, but we'll end with some coins in relation to some of the information we covered. So we talked about the music industry and NFTs, and one of the platforms was Audius. So their token is Audio, currently priced at $2.29. Looks like it hit an all-time high at the end of March of $3.70. and it corrected back down. So again, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice. I don't know anything about this coin to a deep degree. Just if that was your interest and you want a deep dive, I felt I should bring this one to you. I do not hold this coin myself. The other was Audio Coin, which is less than a penny. Before I forget, for Audius, if you're interested in Audius on CoinMarket, you can go to CoinMarketCap. It'll tell you which exchanges you can get it from. It looks like this one's just Binance, FTX, and then Gate.io for Audius. And then for Audio Coin, currently priced at less than a penny. Oh, YoBit is the only exchange you can get that from. I've never used YoBit. And then of course they had websites. My tabs got mixed up, so I showed them all out of order. But this is the Audio Coin website. Again, empowering a digital music revolution. Breaks down the barriers of traditional music financing, directly connecting artists to. So same thing we read about in the articles, right? Trying to eliminate the middleman. They've got a white paper on here. If you're interested, I recommend coming to their website and checking out their partnerships.
Hear that music? Still fresh.
Yeah, so it looks like I gotta do some digging on this one. Again, I'm not invested in this. And in Audius, we give everyone the freedom to share and listen. Audius is a brand new streaming platform built for all musicians, not just those signed to labels. So, again, another streaming platform. Build a fan base, share your works in progress, and then publish your completed tracks for all the world to hear. Create, grow, and monetize, all without the need to graduate off the platform or sign a record deal. So again, trying to remove that middleman, right? But I mean, the middleman is still there now. It's just, you know, it's the coin and the tax and stuff. But you don't have to worry about a label. You can put out what you want to put out. That's real powerful for people that are artists. I know it's a struggle for a lot of them. That could be a really good thing. It's one of the few, you know, bright spots in this whole thing. If you can find something that's a bright spot in this space, cling to it, research it, dig into it. Help as much good come from this stuff as possible. I might actually check this out. This looks kind of dope. Just to see what it's all about. Might be a better place to get content, music for content if you're a content creator. But anyway, thanks for sticking through this video, y'all. I know this one was long and dragged out. I am telling myself in my head right now that I'm gonna put spacers in there so that and label them so that you can tune into which part of the video works best for you, or which part would you think you would grasp the most, so you can skip to whatever section is most relevant to you. But there was a lot to cover, and I wanted to try to cover as much as I could from as many angles as I could to see what sticks for who. If this was helpful to you, and if you listen to the whole thing, definitely show some love down in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, share to anybody you think this would help with. You think this would help out, and support your boy. Support Shook Focus. Don't get shook. Stay focused. See you in the next video. Peace.